Why executives resist coaching? The latest research conducted on 100 executives by Manchester Inc. discovered that coaching provided approximately 600% average return on investment. In another study done by the Stanford Business School revealed that almost all the senior executives and CEOs who participated in the survey showed keen interest in having access to a success coach to enhance their growth. Now, the question arises, if coaching has a strong positive correlation between leadership performance and transformation, why companies are still reluctant to provide coaching facilities to their leaders and managers? The same study conducted by the Stanford Business School showed that only 1/3 of the top management receives coaching services. Gestalt's theory proposes that every need, desire and aspiration is coupled with resistance. On one side, the possibility of good outcomes strikes hopefulness, while on the hindsight, the same desire brings a state of anxiousness or fearfulness. Resistance is also synonymously used with fear, and leaders sometimes resist coaching because they are afraid of what if it does not work. Let's examine the barriers that stop companies and leaders from ignoring the benefits of coaching. From my 15 years extensive years of training and coaching, my in-depth analysis of the coaching market helps me outline the 3 major resistance faced by the leaders are mentioned below. 1. Myths attached to coaching. 2. Success and top position. 3. Lack of trust. 1. Myths attached to coaching. Leaders resist coaching because they hold a very limited perception of coaching. There is a gap between what leaders think about coaching and what coaching offers. For instance, in each organizational culture, the influencers fall in the top-down hierarchy with either a coaching experience or no coaching experience, affecting the overall culture and the mindset of the company. When we do not have a history of seeing people becoming more productive with the help of coaching services, the first response is to dismiss the argument. On the other hand, when we have the first-hand experience, it becomes easier for us to take the plunge. To reduce the resistance to coaching, leaders must increase their insight on the coaching subject and collect evidence to apply to coach for growth and improvement of the company. Few suggestions to reduce resistance is mentioned below. 1. Invest time in coaching. 2. Coaching is not remedial. Instead, it enhances performance. 3. Improve levels of emotional intelligence to be a more effective leader. According to a LinkedIn report, 2017 coaching skills is one of the highly sought-after leadership priority in the organizations these days. Leaders must create space in their heads that coaching does not help the problem only. Rather, it helps us to optimize the good work too. Once leaders become clear with their goals, values, beliefs and vision towards coaching, and it is easier to find how it can be utilized in the working world. 2. Success in top position. Leaders resist coaching primarily because of their overachievement. The know-it-all syndrome blurs their vision to look at the positive aspects of coaching. Leaders in the most senior positions remain confined to their intelligent minds and find it hard to seek guidance from any external source. This skepticism and cynicism often result in the form of unwillingness to accept the fact that coaching helps and it works. On the contrary, executives make fun of the coaches to stand against their growth, making it hard for coaches to work alone. As a consequence, the leader faces the following issues with coaching. 1. Lack of confidence. 2. No motivation to improve. 3. Low self-awareness. 4. Lack of commitment. 3. Lack of trust. Leaders resist coaching because they do not trust that their team members are full of potential, and they have the answers within them. Leaders are so accustomed to the traditional style of leadership that they are unable to appreciate the bounties of the coaching field. Leaders tend to provide answers to the questions of the employees or the team member to run the show. Coaching, on the other hand, is all about investigating the hidden talents of the team, making them more self-aware to become more self-reliant. The gap between the perception of leaders and the mechanics of coaching often conflicts, resulting in the absence of coaching in an organizational setting. Leaders are advised to understand that leadership is a role to serve, and it does not demand a superhuman being who is infallible, full of wisdom, an epitome of innovation or creativity. Instead, it is a duty to promote people, empower people with encouragement and appreciation. When leaders undergo this perceptual shift, the behavioral change comes as a natural outcome. Leaders must trust not only their employees but also trust the coaching skills of the coach. The way a competent coach helps leaders to unlock the psychological and emotional challenges imperative for behavioral change. It demands specific coaching, intuition, and experience to enable top executives with something meaningful and valuable. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. Breaking the status quo and introducing a new leadership style urges leaders to show more grit and commitment to establish the value of coaching. To be good with building trust both among your employees and coaching, these are the 3 tips that might help. 1. Facilitation. 2. Guidance. 3. Inspiration. Coaching has a positive effect on performance and productivity when leaders employ facilitation tactic to support and encourage alternative thinking to solve professional problems, and it results in trust and rapport that strengthens the bond between leader and employees. Moreover, coaching, when combined with clear expectations and clear targets, often brings more productivity and more proactive performance. Finally, leaders must be willing to inspire and get inspired, and nothing is more damaging in this present world than to be outdated. Inspired people strive for excellence and improvement to bring the best of their potential.